Hey, all right. So you've had a miscarriage and you've been through the ultrasounds, they've confirmed it, and you are presented with three options. Um, Normally, they will offer you medication management, or they will offer you a DNC, surgical management, DNC, or they'll let nature take its course. Which, if you were in my situation at 39, I was like, well, how long is that going to take? Um, I think it was only probably about 5 weeks for my first miscarriage that I like one sense, like the sense of smell dropped off, and I was like, how long is it going to take for my body to actually recognize and start getting, start shedding it? Um, so yeah, I didn't want to get surgery. To be honest, I was really scared of getting surgery. I didn't want to get I think it's a Dialette and curette. Just look it up, DNC. Anyway, that really scared me. The fact of like getting put under, and at that stage for my first miscarriages, I'm just gonna call them MMs from now on because it's things like a long like miscarriages. There's a lot of syllables. It just feels like it takes a long time to say it. Um, Anyway, so I went for medication management because I didn't want to have surgery and I didn't want to wait, gosh knows how long, for nature to take its course. So I was like, cool, we'll do medication. Can't be that bad. Um, so that's what I did. So I went in there, went into John Hunter Hospital. I'm gonna name the places that I went to too. By the way, I'm from Newcastle, and I think it's good to know what, yeah, this will make sense if you watch all the videos, but I'm going to be naming, for better or worse, the places that I had been a patient at, and tell you my experiences there. Some places were great, other places was fucking horrible. But anyway, went there, lovely, awesome nurse at John Hunter Hospital. She sort of told me, yep, so you take the first tablet. I think it's like 48 hours before the second tablet. And I remember, I swear, I was like, she gave me the tablet, and just before I took it, I was like, "Oh, what happens if it doesn't work?" And she was like, "Oh," and I was like, "No, no, don't worry, I'm just being ridiculous. Like, of course it'll work, right?" Um, took the first tablet. She gave me some Panadine forts, and she's like, "In 2 days, take the second one. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, like a painful period. So take two Panadine forts an hour before you do it, the second tablet." So I was like, okay, no worries. So waited for the sat day to come because my partner was home. So I took the tablet and I almost didn't take any Panadol. I took one. I think I took one almost at the same time as I took the second tablet for the second tablet of the medication. I can't think of the names off the top of my head. Anyway, and I was like, yeah, we'll be fine. Let's go for a walk. So we started taking our dog for a walk. This was probably like maybe 20 minutes after I'd taken the second tablet. And we're like a K from the house. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I could feel it like kicking in. And I was like, I don't think I can do like another 40 minutes of walking. I think I need to walk back home. So walked back home, and over the next sort of hour, got progressively worse cramps. And then maybe by the second hour, um, I was in bed, like kind of keeled over, kind of making like animal sounds, like grunting, just like if you've ever watched natural labors without epidurals, some of the sounds I was making was similar to that, which is led me to think that the medication management is similar to the pain that you've experienced in labor. And I've gone into forums and Reddit and read women that have used the medication. They've had a miscarriage, or they had an incomplete miscarriage and they've had to use the medication, and then they've gone on to have labor, and they've said, yeah, it's a similar pain. So I wasn't prepared for that. To be honest, I'm kind of glad that the nurse didn't tell me how painful it was. But look, it lasted an hour. You just want to be caught up in a ball in the shower. You just need heat therapy, hot water bottle, shower, just heat. Like I tried, I think by the second and a half hour, I tried to take it the second Panadeine Forte and I just spewed it straight up. Um, and then I think by maybe 3 hours, it just gone. It was like cramps, like just cramps ramping up. And I made the mistake of I was just like anticipating every cramp like curled up in a ball. So I was really exhausted. And I've read from women that have gone on into labor that when the cramps are right similar. So when you cramp up, you're just using more energy. So you got to try and relax and not anticipate the next wave of fucking cramps. Really hard to do, but it was good takeaway for like, okay, had this medication, at least I kind of know what labor's going to feel like similar. I think the Ring of Fire is a whole different thing, but yeah. Um, Now in saying that, I also had I had the first tablet for my first and second D&C. They gave me the tablet. So whatever the first tablet is they give you for medication management, it's the same tablet they give you just before a D&C. Now apparently this tablet can make women feel a lot of pain and be quite uncomfortable. I don't know why that tablet did absolutely nothing to me. Didn't even know I had it. So when they were like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, got to take the this medication for your D&C each time," I was like, "No worries, like it doesn't do anything." But the second tablet, that was the kicker. Now, normally when you have this medication, I think it's like 80, I think it's about 85% of women, they will expel the the remains, like it'll come out, um which is, you know, which is sad, and it would be probably a little bit traumatizing, but then you can move on and it's done. And that's what I was expecting to happen, and it didn't happen. So you can double check this, but I have, again, peer reviewed. It's around 10 to 20%, depending on what peer reviewed article you read will say. Out of that medication management, there may be 10 to 20% of women that have an incomplete miscarriage, meaning that only part of it comes out through the medication. Meaning, again, they know they have two options. They either wait for nature to take its course, or they have a D&C. Now, what is even rarer is, and I think this is less than 1%, so this is what I'm about to tell you happened to me. It doesn't work at all. So not only do you not have an incomplete miscarriage, you don't even spot, not even a drop of blood, nothing comes out. It's kind of unbelievable because it is quite rare. It's less than 1% of people have it. And considering all the pain, the physical pain that I went through, I was like, what the fuck? How can this not be fucking working? Like, are you serious? Like, I'm not even a hint of a spot of blood. Um, anyway, now actually, while I say that, I already told you when I went to the nurse, I was like, oh, what if it doesn't work? And then I remember taking the second tablet with my partner, and I was like, gosh, I hope this works. Like, gosh, that'd be pretty shit if it doesn't work, without even knowing how painful it was. Anyway, it didn't fucking work, and I had to go back to John Hunter, called them up whenever, I think, so I did it over the weekend. I think I called them on the Monday or Tuesday, and I said, look, I've done the medication. It definitely was painful. But nothing has come out, absolutely nothing. So they got me back in, did another ultrasound, and sure enough, everything is all in there, um, completely intact. So when I tried to peer review research that, I couldn't find anything. All I could find was how likely this medication works and how you know, that most of the stuff I could find about it not working was if you have an incomplete miscarriage, which was like around 15%. Not fucking working at all. But that's what happened. So basically, I now had to go and get a D&C, which is, I'm going to put that in the next video, because yeah, you just wouldn't believe some of the shit that happened last year. I might even get some of my medical files to show this and prove this, to people watching, because it was quite unbelievable the amount of shit luck that I had last year, and I'm only just getting started with it. But these videos, as much as they are about my personal experience, they're not about me. These are about other women that have gone through this so they can find someone else who has gone through it, because I couldn't find anyone that had never had the medication work. So that's why I'm making them. And there's probably only going to be a handful of people that watch these, but that's fine, because I know how desperate I was to try and find other women that had gone through it. I was just clinging on to some kind of fucking hope. So that is the medication. 2 tablets, I believe it's 48 hours apart. Normally it works. It is painful. Maybe it won't be for you. Amazing. If it's not, great. Just in case though, do take both Panadeine forts. Don't know what I was thinking. I just didn't know. I was a little lamb to the slaughter last year in many ways, but yeah. But it's quick. It's only a few hours, and it's not painful the whole time. It's more towards the end, and then it just goes, and you are on a high because the pain's gone. So that's one positive thing about it. And then if it does work successfully for you, great. That fucking chapter is behind you, and now you can move on to the next chapter, whether that's trying to conceive again or just looking after yourself. Yeah, so that was my experience with medical management, which, by the way, I did not do the second time. Done it once, didn't work. Chances of it not working again, probably pretty high. So the second miscarriage, I didn't even go there with the medication, because I was like, fuck that. Anyway, again, please comment if other people are watching this. I'm sure they want to see comments and see other people's experiences and things like that. So yeah, that's it. Next video is going to be about D&Cs. Yep. Okay. See you then. Bye.